Chris Chinnock here for Insight Media Gentex booth, CES 2025. Gentex is a supplier of mirror-based displays. They have lots of varieties that integrate all kinds of different cameras and sensors. And so they have a program here that's talking about how they integrate these cameras and sensors into a whole safety program. So let's take a look at what they're doing. This is the demonstrator vehicle that they use to give the presentation, and it's all about trying to actually react to some EU regulations. So in the EU, starting in 2026, there's regulation that every car that's sold must have certain safety features, and these include things like driver identification and safety things such as drowsiness, awareness, if they're using their phone, if they're if they're yawning and nodding their head. So it's just some basic requirements. So Gentex has those capabilities to do that, as do a number of other companies. But they want to go a little bit further. Here's their basic driver monitoring system, as you can see here. So they can have to identify the head pose, the facial state. There's a distraction meter here, and a number of distraction activities that can lead to driver distraction. There's also a drowsiness monitor here as well. So part of the regulations also says that for level 2 or higher of ADAS level 2 or higher, the driver has to be able to take over control at any point should the automatic systems fail. So these are some of the parameters that you need to monitor driver activity: eyes on the road and hands on the wheel. So Gentex is using their mirror integrated camera system to do all these things. Now they have in the mirror they have an RGB camera as well as an IR dot projector, which is able to do 3D detection. So what they're showing over here, these are actually center screen here. These were subjects that they put on the road. They actually gave them alcohol to see how they performed. There's a safety driver there, but they gathered all this data to understand how the driver reacts as they get drunk, basically, so they can start to have a database to fill in some of these other factors here. They also have this occupant presence detection. So again, this is using this dot projector, and they're putting all these motion markers on each of the occupants. They are not using ultra wideband to do this detection. I asked them if they could detect a baby in a car seat that's in the back seat, unvisible to the dot projector, and he said, well, yes, actually, even the movement of the car seat is detectable as well, but a dot projector has to be line of sight. So if even the car seat is completely out of line of sight, then that's not going to work. You can also do child seat detection. Next is seat belt detection. This is definitely done by object recognition using the camera. It's using AI. See, in this case, he's put the seatbelt behind him, so there's a marker that comes up here. It says the seatbelt's not connected properly. And here's this 3D modeling of the face. See the vectors and the gaze angle in the middle screen, and then some of the collected, analyzed data over here. Here's iris recognition. You can also use object recognition to realize if you left your phone on the seat when you left the car, for example. They also say you can do particulate sensing, that is, detect if someone is smoking in the vehicle. That's particularly important for taxis or automated vehicles. Object recognition is also used to determine if the driver is trying to watch some entertainment on the center console in this case, uh, or another display. It tries to prevent it. And finally, you say you can actually use the camera to take a photo, which is kind of the opposite of what you're trying to do with safety purposes. So finally, uh, Gentex has given this list of criteria for accessing points. And apparently, if you get 75% of these points or more, you get some kind of full level certification. And over here, they talk about their customers. They have four OEMs that they've engaged with already, using different combinations of mirrors and cameras and sensors. So this is designed to illustrate that they're very flexible in working with their OEM customers. No, I think that is most of the story here for what they're trying to do with at Gentex. Chris Janock for Insight Media.